I've spent roughly $10,000 on cryptocurrency passive income projects over the last 3 months. In this video, it's our monthly profit update for March. I'm going to be going over the ups and downs of this month. We've had a little bit of both. I'm also going to go over some additions to my GPU mining farm. I've decided to expand a little bit. We're going to take a look at a full rundown of all the hardware I have in my mining farm, as well as a current profitability update. How much money is my farm making this month? And finally, we're going to take a look at my entire cryptocurrency portfolio. How close am I to making back that $10,000 and hitting that return on investment point? If you're new here, I'm Modern Mining, and every month I do one of these profitability updates to keep you guys fully in the loop. Full transparency, even on months like this where our current bags are looking worse than they were last month, but there is still some bright sides. So if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. March was an interesting month for this channel. There's been a lot of ups and downs throughout the month. The main pro or up that's happened this month is that GPU mining, which is the bulk of my investment, has become a lot more profitable. My farm, consisting of 25 GPUs, a mix of 3060 Ti's, 3070s, and a couple 3080s, is making about $10 a day in profit after power, or $300 a month, which is pretty awesome. The downsides is NEOXA, which the second part of my cryptocurrency passive income projects is a NEOXA master node. And NEOXA itself, the price has been taking a pretty big hit since the monthly update from February. This has led to our NEOXA node only being about $100 a month profitability right now. That's still a 38% return on investment year over year, so much better than you would get in like a savings account. But the price of NEOXA itself has gone down significantly, so that is going to hurt our total ROI calculation at the end of this video. CPU mining, I only have the 2 CPUs currently mining, and those are making about $1 a day in profit, so that's another $30 a day. So all of those combined, we're making about $430 a month in monthly profits. So let's talk about farm updates. This month, when GPU mining profits started to rise, I made the decision to buy a couple more graphics cards because I could already fit them on the existing motherboards and power supplies that I already owned. So I purchased 2 additional 3060 Ti's and 1 additional 3080. Those 3 combined was about $900, and that pushed our investment into GPU mining and CPU mining to about the $7,000 mark. And then the NEOXA Smart Node was about $3,000 to acquire. So that's what puts us at that $10,000 investment mark. Additionally, this month, I got sent an FPGA miner, the Call Engine P2 from Jingle Mining, and this has been an awesome boost to profitability. I get to keep this miner for around 2 weeks, and it's making about $14 a day in profit. So I will count those coins in my final ROI calculation, but I'm not going to count them into the monthly profitability numbers because I don't get to keep that miner forever. But that's allowing us to acquire some additional coins, and it's going to be very helpful in the long term. So now let's move on to looking at our current crypto portfolio value. If you remember from last month, it was worth about $4,600, with a large portion of that being NEOXA. I think NEOXA was worth about $4,100 of that. So with NEOXA taking that big price crash over the past month, it's obviously hurt our portfolio a little bit, but there's some upsides that we're going to take a look at as well. So I'll pop this up on the screen. Our current portfolio value is worth $3,947. You can see our NEOXA is down to $2,900, so it's actually dropped $1,200 since last month. That hurts a little bit, but I'm not losing faith in the NEOXA project. The Bitcoin halving hasn't even happened yet, so a lot of these smaller altcoins, they haven't gone on the runs that I think they eventually will go on in over the next year or so. But taking a look at some of the good things from this month, you can see our lithium bag has gone from 35 lithium to 115 lithium, worth $309. And so I'm putting a lot of faith in lithium going on a pretty big price increase once these ASICs are released from Bitmain. I think that lithium could easily go into the $5 to $10 range. So I have my FPGA miner right now, the one that was sent from Jingle mining Alphium, and I'm holding every coin that mines, and it's about 5.5 a day at this point. Another big improvement from last month is our Bitcoin holdings. I think I had about $50 of Bitcoin last month, and I said that I was wanting to start building my Bitcoin bags because it's obviously the top dog, and there's no reason for that to be one of the smallest coins in my portfolio. So over the past month, as I've been mining a lot of these Caspa forks like Pyrin or Carlson, I've been selling those on TradeOgre and buying Bitcoin with those proceeds. So Bitcoin, we've got about 0.00367 worth $257 right now. So obviously that's about 5x more Bitcoin than we had last month, and that's putting our portfolio in a much more rounded place where it's not fully built in altcoins. A lot of the other coins have stayed about the same quantities because I mainly focused on Bitcoin and Alphium this last month. But you can see Zilliqa, which we're dual mining on all of our GPUs. We have about 2,700, and that's worth about $100 right now. I mentioned in previous videos that Zilliqa could 10x and it still wouldn't be at its previous all-time high. So if that is the case, that Zilliqa could be worth about $1,000 up in this coming year. So things are looking good. We're really just looking to acquire as many of these coins as we can before these crazy price appreciations start happening after the Bitcoin halving and when altcoin season really kicks off. For CPU mining, we've got about 4.75 Zeph now, and that's worth about $75. Zeph is another coin where it has a lot of room for price improvement over the coming months. So I'm trying to get to that maybe 10 Zeph mark, and then hopefully Zeph goes to like $100 a coin or something crazy like that. And then that could potentially be another $1,000 bag. Okay, so when do I expect to hit that ROI mark? When do I expect to have generated $10,000 from all these cryptocurrency passive income projects? Well, if we take our monthly income or monthly profit of $430 and let's divide 6,000, the remaining amount of dollars that we need to make to hit 10,000 by 430 and see how many months it's going to take to get to that break even point. So let's do 6,000 divided by 430. That's about 14 months. So that may seem like a lot to a lot of people, but really 1 year from now, if I've broken even and I am generating $430 a month of strictly profit, that's going to be pretty awesome. And obviously that 14-month number does not take into account what happens if these coins all double in price until then, or if monthly profits increase in the coming months. So if those coins all doubled in price over the next year, then that takes my break even from 14 months to 7 months. And obviously that's a pretty awesome number right there. Lastly, we need to take into account the hardware, because when I make these monthly profit updates, I get a lot of people saying, hey man, you're spending $10,000 to make $430 a month. That's not worth it. You might as well buy the coins. Well, the main thing about mining is that you also have to take into account the hardware that you own, and you always have to factor in that you could sell that back for some amount of money whenever you stop mining or when you decide to upgrade cards, etc. So if we take my 25 graphics cards and take the current prices on eBay, they're actually worth about $6,800. So that plus the $4,000 in crypto that we currently have, we're technically already in the profit about $800. But obviously I'm not selling my GPUs right now. But that's something I want to get across to people, is that you can't only look at the crypto, you have to also look at the hardware. So technically the channel net worth is already $10,800 off of a $10,000 investment. And if NEOXA goes back up in price to where it was last month, then we're already about $2,000 in the profit. So things are a little better than they currently look. The crypto market as a whole, the altcoins have all been sort of down the last couple weeks, but profits still remain good for mining. So I'm looking forward to coming back next month and reviewing these numbers again and seeing where we currently stand. I'm Modern Mining, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.